Jaana na dil say dil update on Friday Part 1 on Adam TV. The episode starts with Ravish trying to get friendly with Atharv. He gets his laptop and keeps it. He switches it on and says we will play a song on it, we both will dance together. Atharv gets glad and turns the laptop towards Ravish. Vividha pic is on the screen display. Vipul jokes that Bhumi was afraid of Sitaram. Daddy G says he wants to have ginger tea. Vividha says I will make it. Suman thanks her. Vividha says don't say thanks for tea. Suman says you worked hard for all this preparations, thanks. Sujata asks Atharv what is this bad behavior. Ravish stops her. He does not see Vividha pic. Atharv says I want to go out, I don't like staying here. Ravish says we will go out, two friends trust each other, I promise you, I will never harm you. Atharv smiles. Ravish says we will learn a new thing today. He shakes hands with Atharv and plays game. Sujata laughs. Atharv likes it. Sujata says I am sorry for what Atharv did, he has become like this, he never harms anyone. Suman says Vividha, you made the evening memorable. Vividha says the idea was of Daddy G. Suman says he always takes care of me, but I am glad you respected his words, what could I expect more from my Bahu? She hugs Vividha. Ravish says please, you don't cry, don't apologize or feel guilty. Atharv asks Sujata to see the game. Ravish says no one has seen Atharv, he was in my room. Sujata asks did your wife not see him? Ravish says no, she was not in the room. Sujata asks what's your wife's name? Sitaram calls Ravish. Ravish says I have imp work and leaves. Sujata plays with Atharv and hugs him. Ravish enters his room by the window. He asks Sitaram to say. He sees Vividha coming. She asks what happened. He says nothing, I thought it's Sitaram. She asks will he have ginger tea? He says sure, thanks. She asks is everything alright? He says yes, I think I am much tired. He looks at her and smiles. She turns and sees him smiling. He looks for his clothes. She says that my wardrobe, what are you finding? He says my maroon shirt. Kalindi and Bhumi hear them. Vividha says I have kept it. He asks did you keep this? She says yes, I arranged wardrobe, sorry, if you feel bad. He says no. She gives his shirt. His hand touches her hand, and she gets her hand away. He says I am really very sorry, no need to say anything, I know there is much to say and listen in between us, I will go and change. Bhumi takes away Kalindi hearing footsteps. Sitaram passes by. Kalindi says I feel all the things are connected, but how? The distance between Vividha and Ravish, Vividha being Sujata neighbors, Uma getting tensed. She asks Bhumi is she listening? Bhumi shows Atharv pic. Kalindi asks who what, he was in pic with Sujata. Bhumi says he is Atharv, Sujata's son. Kalindi says Atharv, it means Sujata and Ramakan's son. Bhumi says I did your work, have these nuts. Kalindi says this news is great and smiles. Sujata asks Atharv to sit here and have food. He says I want to have that dish. She asks what? He signs jackfruit. Sujata cries and says I will make that tomorrow, how to get it today, tell me. She asks him to call her ma. He laughs. She makes him drink water and asks him to sleep. He starts laptop and sees Vividha pic. He says she is here. Sujata gets shocked. He tells her again. Sujata thinks everything changed, just your love did not change. She recalls Vividha and thinks how to tell you, Vividha is just a picture, a thought. She says she is gone, very far. Atharv says she is here. Sujata says fine, I did big mistake, she is here, forgive me, come down, be quiet, sleep now. She says Vividha, I don't know where you are, it's all because of you, my son is in the state, Lord is seeing everything, Lord will make you pay for your deeds. Atharv recalls Vividha and says Vividha precap, Kalindi says we were going to meet Vividha neighbors, Sujata and Atharv. Suman asks how dare you take Sujata name. Vividha comes there. Kalindi asks did Ramakant get this girl to make Bahu. Suman says Vividha does not know Sujata had a relation with Ramakant. Vividha gets shocked.